Good afternoon friends. Today we are again with another video of class 11th mathematics chapter 3 trigonometric functions. In the last video we studied about the degree measure and radian measure. These are the ways to measure any angle. In this video we will discuss about trigonometric functions, their signs and domain and ranges. So first of all, let me construct a unit circle. Unit circle means its radius is 1 unit, and let us assume that its center O is at the origin. Okay, now as it is a unit circle, its radius is 1 unit. So it is our x-axis, it is our y-axis. Now let me say this as a point A. Its coordinates will be 1, 0, 1 on x-axis, 0 from y-axis. This point as B, its coordinate will be 0 and 1. This point as C, its coordinates will be -1 and 0. This point D, and its coordinate will be 0 and -1. Okay, now let me construct a right angle triangle in first quadrant. Let me say this distance as A and this as B. Now this distance will be 1 unit as it is its radius. This point is our P. Its coordinates are A and B, and this point is M. Let me construct it again. It is our center O. This is point P, coordinates A and B. This is point M. Its coordinate will be A, 0. It is A, it is B. It is a right angle triangle, right angle at M, and this is 1 unit. Okay, now let me construct an angle X here. Now if I want to write sin X, what sin X is? Perpendicular upon hypotenuse, it is B by 1, it is equal to B. Okay, and if I want to write cos X, it is base upon hypotenuse, base is A, so A by 1, it becomes A. Understand till here? Now in this right angle triangle OMP, OP square is equal to, OP square will be equal to OM square plus PM square. What OP is? OP is 1 unit, so 1 square is equal to, what is OM? OM is A square plus, what is PM? PM is B, so B square. But what are our A and B? A is equal to cos X and B is equal to sin X. So I can write it as 1 is equal to sin square X plus cos square X. So it is the derivation of one of our equations, and in this way we can derive other of our two equations. Okay, now we know cos 0 is equal to 1, cos pi by 2. Now we are talking in radians. Pi by 2 is 0, cos pi will be equal to -1, cos 180 degree, cos 3 pi by 2, it is also equal to 0, and cos 2 pi, it is again equal to 1, because in 2 pi it has completed its whole revolution and it is back here. And the same way, if you talk about sine, then sin 0 is equal to 1, sin 0 is equal to 0, sin pi by 2 is equal to 1, sin pi is equal to 0, sin 3 pi by 2 means 270 degree, it is -1, and sine 2 pi, which is all equal to 0, it is 0. Understand till here? Now you see, if we increase these angles, say cos, you look here, cos is 0 at pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, and let me say now as at 5 by 2, it will again be 0. Again at 7 pi by 2, it again will be 0. So what I can say is cos x, it is equal to 0, implies, what it implies is x is equal to 2n plus 1 pi by 2, and where n is any integer, where n is integer. So it means that at any value of n be an integer, we will get cos x equal to 0 for x equal to this. Look, if we put value of n as 0, if we put 0, so we are getting pi by 2. At pi by 2 it is 0. If we put value of n as 1, we will get 3 pi by 2, that is again 0. If we put value 2, 5 pi by 2, again 0. Means at every value of x equal to this, n is an integer, we will get cos x equal to 0. Now if we talk about sine 3 pi will be 0, sine 4 pi will be 0. This means that sine x is equal to 0, x be any angle, it implies that x is equal to n pi. Means in this, sine is 0 here, at 0, at pi again 0, at 2 pi again 0, at 3 pi again 0. Means at every n pi, where here also n is integer. So for every value of n as an integer, at x equal to n pi, we will get sin x as 0. Do you understand it? Now we talk about other trigonometric functions. Now first of all we say cosec x. What is cosec x? It is equal to 1 by sin x. But sin x, if we take sin x as 0, that means it will be 1 by 0, that is undetermined form. So x is not equal to n pi, means when x is not equal to n pi, then cos x is defined, otherwise it will be undefined. Do you understand it? Okay. Now if we talk about secant x, in this case again it is 1 by cos x, and cos x should not be 0 to make it defined. And where cos x is 0, at x equal to 2n plus 1 pi by 2, but it should not be equal to it to make it defined. Understand it? These are same. Now if we talk about tangent and cotangent, they are also same. What is tangent? Tangent is sin x by cos x. Cos x is down. Now cos x should not be 0 to make it defined. And where cos x is 0, cos is 0 at 2n plus 1 pi by 2. So x should not be equal to 2n plus 1 pi by 2 to make tangent defined. In case of cotangent, it reverse. It is cos x by sin x. And where sin x is 0, it is at n pi. So x should not be equal to n pi to make cotangent defined. Okay. Now you all know the trigonometric table you have formed in the 10th class. For 0 degree, pi by 6 means 30 degree, pi by 4 45 degree, pi by 3 60 degree, pi by 2 90 degree. Now we will extend it for other main angles. At pi 180 degree, 3 pi by 2 270 degree, and 2 pi. We'll take case of sine, cos and tangent. Sin 0 is 0. Sin 30 or sin pi by 6 is 1 by 2. Sin pi by 4, 1 by root 2. Sin pi by 3, root 3 by 2. Sin pi by 2 is 1. Sin pi is 0. It is minus 1 and it becomes again 0. These cases we have learnt earlier. Now we talk about cos. Cos 0 is 1. Cos pi by 6 means 30 degree is root 3 by 2. It is 1 by root 2, 1 by 2 and 0. What is cos pi? Cos pi is minus 1. 3 pi at 3 pi by 2 cos is 0 and at 2 pi it is again 1. Now the last case we are talking about is an tangent. It will be 0 because tangent is sine by cos. So sine by cos at 0 will be 0 by 1, that will be 0. Now in case of 60 degree, 1 by 2 into 2 by root 3 because we have to do reciprocal of it, and we will get 1 by root 3. Again in this when you will solve you will get 1, here you will get root 3 and here you will get infinity because it is undefined. Why? It becomes 1 by 0, that's why it becomes infinity. In case of pi it is again 0. In case of 3 pi by 2 it is infinity and here it becomes 0. Understood? You must learn these angles in type of radians because in 11th and 12th you will require them more than degree angles. Okay, now we will talk about sine of trigonometric functions. Sine of trigonometric functions in all quadrants. So what I will do, I will construct again a unit circle, center at say origin. Understood? Now it is our x-axis, this is our y-axis. Okay, this is our center O. These are our points A, B, C, D. Its coordinates we have discussed earlier. This will be same. It will be 1, 0. For B it will be 0, 1. For C it will be minus 1, 0. And D will be 0, minus 1. Now in this case what we will do, we will draw an angle X in the first quadrant and same angle means angle minus X in fourth quadrant, and we will name these points as P and Q. What will be it? We can say it is point our O, it is our point P, it is our point Q, and it is our x-axis. Okay, it is our distance A, it is our B, and it will be also B. And what will be the coordinates of P and Q? Of P it will be A and B, and in case of Q it will be A minus B, because Y is negative in fourth quadrant, so and B is defining the length of Y, so coordinates of Q are A and minus B. So our angles were X and here minus X, same angle in opposite direction. Okay, now if we talk about cos of minus X, what we will get is cos of X. Why is it so? What is cos X? Cos X is base upon hypotenuse. What is base? Our base is A, and what is our hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is 1 unit, because our circle is a unit circle, so hypotenuse 1, this becomes A. Now I talk about cos of minus x, it will be again base by hypotenuse. In case of negative angle, what is our base? It is again a, and hypotenuse is 1, so it is again a. So you can look here, cos x is equal to a and cos of minus x is equal to a. That means this is true. Now we talk about sine angle. What is sin x? Sin x is perpendicular upon hypotenuse. What is perpendicular here? Perpendicular is b. It becomes b by hypotenuse is 1. It is b. Okay. Now we talk about angle negative. That becomes perpendicular by hypotenuse. What is our perpendicular here? Our perpendicular is again b, but in fourth quadrant as it is negative, so along with the sign we will get minus b by hypotenuse 1, it is equal to minus b. Now you can look here, then we get from these two that sine of minus x is equal to minus of sin x. Do you understand it? Okay. Now if we talk about other angles, then that we will get is by dividing sine and cos we will get other angles. Now we can construct a table for all the 6 trigonometric functions here: sine, then cos, then tangent, then cosecant, secant x and cot x. Now first we will check in first quadrant, then in second quadrant, then third, and then fourth. Now in first quadrant we know that all the angles are positive, because in that perpendicular and base both are positive. In second case only sine and cosecant will be positive. Why sine will be positive? You can look here. In this case, in first and second quadrant our y-axis is positive, and we will get sin x by taking any value of y, as we are taking here b. So this b will be positive in this case also. If we construct again an angle x here and minus x here, so what we will get is, we will get here coordinates as minus a and b, and if we get minus a and b, so our sign will be positive in this case. So sign is positive, and cosecant will be positive because cosecant is inverse of sin x. Now if we talk about cos x, cosecant x will be negative here, because what is our cosecant x? Cosecant x is based upon hypotenuse, and base will be negative in this case, so our cos becomes negative. So cos becomes negative. If cos is negative, then secant is negative. And now if we talk about tangent, tangent x is sin x by cos x. But in second quadrant sine is positive but cos is negative, so what we will get? A negative. So tangent is negative, and if tangent is negative, cot is also negative, because they are inverse of each other. Now we talk about third quadrant. In third quadrant both a and b will be negative. If negative, our sign will be